Just like properties. Okay.
Skylar ambient music. Let's get that.
Just so everybody
Uh,
does know, I am recording this because I'm gonna send it over to a couple guys that are deployed right now because they want to listen and watch.
oh shit! Everyone gets to see my crappy DM style.
Well,
Sweet.
Pop is supposed to be playing with us.
He's the one deployed. He's the reason I'm recording this.
Yeah, meaning he has access to a computer, the internet, and the ability to do this.
That is true.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
I've been
it's free
deployed.
Tuesday nights.
It's just,
That's the question.
well, yeah, okay, I guess good point. But I mean, he's also got access to the Discord and can go, hey, I'm not free. Well, I don't know if he has access to the Discord because he's never joined. He's so busy. Because the one thing I remember about my deployment, 24/7.
Well,
Do you need a hug?
let's see what happens.
I-
Anyway.
I'll call him tomorrow and ask.
Yeah, I'm just giving him a heart. I'm just.
Yeah, no, totally. But if he wants to join, like, he totally can.
Right.
Anyway. So. Stebbins, if you could, like, do push to talk, that'd be great.
Well,
Yeah, just start
Hello?
doing something.
Nice.
hold on.
Alright. Anyway, so last time you all were on your way to the town of Fandolin, having been chartered to bring supplies to the town upon the request of let me go through my notes. Upon the request of an individual named Gundred Rockseeker. Wait. No, that's not it. You were hired to you were hired by the town itself to bring them supplies. Upon going through, like, upon your travel, you eventually came across a downed tree and were attacked by a pack of goblins. And with the tree blocking your path, you decided to follow the route that led to the goblin encampment. You fought your way through wolves and goblins and the final bugbear, and now are currently you rescued an individual by the name of Sildar Hallwinter, who claimed to be in the process of coming into town with a dwarven friend of his who was killed by the goblins because they had ambushed them and then coincidentally kept him hostage. You rescued him, and he promised you, I believe, it was 50 gold to bring him up to Fandolin with you. With the final fight with the bugbear boss having completed, you all now stand within the room. What's I'm looking for? Your orc companion, your orc friend, still unconscious, having just fought a harrowing battle. But now are level 12 or 12. Why did I say 12?
wish.
You're not level 12. You're level 2.
I was gonna say.
And,
I wish.
Time to level some shit up.
You are currently level 2. If anyone, I hope everyone's done that. And you're currently You're currently in the room of the bugbear boss that you have killed in his mid-escape. All that remains of the goblin pack that you have slain is the bugbear's pet wolf, who is currently in the corner, snarling at you, not threateningly, knowing that he has lost his fight long ago, but just waiting for you all to leave to probably make his escape and there's also wolves downstairs, or at least you think they are. You left them there. They'd still be there. They could be gone. But what do y'all do? Your friend is currently unconscious.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I can heal the orc?
Of course. Go ahead, roll medicine. 22? Yeah, totally. You managed to revive her. What is your name again? Josephine, you are at 1 hit point. You wake up to
Woohoo!
Mandardis standing over you, just like sort of gently shaking you up. It's like, hey, come on, get up.
That fucking wolf.
I'll stand right there. You gonna try and pet it again?
No, I am going to slowly get up and kind of shake my head a little bit to like reorient myself, and then I'm gonna glare at the wolf. And
Why the hell is your hit die D4?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying that this thing is stupid.
Well, I don't know. Don't ask me. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix your sheet, so it doesn't just say your hit die is a D4. Oh, there you go. Now you can. I fixed it. Now you can level up your health, and you also have access to Danger Sense and Reckless Attack. If you want to add that, if you're keeping a physical sheet, that's fine. Just let me know. But you do need to level up your health so your character token can reflect that.
Okay, so wait. Say that again. Daniel's messing with the computer.
No problem. You need to roll a d12 and add your Constitution modifier, so you know your leveled up health. So like your token can reflect your health for future events. You can do it physically, or you can just click the hit die button.
That's so D12 plus my
3.
plus 3. So
Yeah.
that would be 8. So where do I put that?
Okay, so what's 15 plus 8? 23. So you now have 23 max hit points, and because you technically leveled up, you get 8. So you're now at 9 hit points.
Woohoo! Okay, so I am going to go ahead and glare at the wolf, and then I'm gonna kind of walk away and pull out a journal that I have, and I am going to angrily scratch out wolves from my list of animals that can be great companions.
You all watch as Sildar slowly enters the cavern with y'all. It's like, well, you all certainly made quick work of that. Calling me impressed. So you are currently within a big old area with a fire pit and a sleeping cot for what you assumed was the bugbear. There's also piles and piles of boxes and barrels filled with what looked like the supplies that, much like you had been hired to do, many people have been attacked by these goblins and had their supplies stolen, and these all appear to be supplies for the town. And you all reckon if you bring these supplies in that other people had failed to brought in, you'd be paid for said supplies, much like you're being paid for this current run.
Okay, I'm gonna look through them first to make sure there's nothing like really fucking awesome, and then just say it was just conveniently lost. But so I'm gonna investigate things. See if we got any.
Go ahead, roll me an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right, 1 second.
Unfortunately, it's real.
Stebbins and Anthony, I want you to roll me initiative checks real quick, please, for no apparent reason.
9.
9. Okay. All right, Anthony, hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna bring Anthony. I'm gonna bring. I'm reading Anthony off of the fucking character names, but Statzer. I'm gonna bring Statzer to Whispers, and y'all talk amongst yourself for a bit. All right, one sec. Let me open my notes. You don't see too much with that perception, but you do have a chance to stash what I'm about to tell you away because of your initiative check.
Okay.
Let me scroll through my notes and find what you found. Nope, this is too far ahead. Oops, still too far ahead. There it is. Okay, so you all, you like you as well as what's his name, Stebbins' character. As you scan the area, you lock eyes with this sort of half-open chest, and I want you to roll. So okay, so go to your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
There is a button that says public and 2GM.
Okay.
Click 2GM.
Yep.
And roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you can get this without anyone noticing. But you do have a chance to grab this. Nice.
Natural 20 with the 2. Fucking
So
yay.
you can add to your inventory a jade statue of a frog with golden orbs for eyes.
Let's see.
You managed to snatch that out of the chest without a soul noticing.
Hold on, I
But
gotta find equipment. Would I
with
add
that,
would I add an equipment?
yeah, you add treasure, equipment, wherever you want. It is treasure. So a jade statue of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes.
Statue of frog with golden eyes. All right.
Yep. With your perception check, that's what you managed. That's where your eyes landed on first, and you managed to swipe that before anyone else noticed.
Would I know the value of that off the top of my head?
Yeah, I'd say why not. It's about 40 gold pieces.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
If you find the right seller, of course. You know, obviously there'll be
course.
haggling going on.
Of course.
But yeah, you managed to grab that swiftly and deftly with a natural 20 of sleight of hand, so no one knows. No one's any of the wiser.
Sweet.
All right. So with that investigation check, Stebbins, your eyes land upon a half-open chest that you immediately approach. Opening it up, you find within it a bunch of coins, silver and copper, and 2 little bottles of red liquid. This seems to be everything. You go through everything else as well, but everything else seems to be general supplies. This is the only box throughout the entire room that has any sort of worth to it. So inside this chest, you find 600 copper pieces, 110 silver pieces, and 2 potions of healing.
Gotcha. Did somebody write that down? Because I was not.
I got you.
Split that up as you will.
Oh, 110. 100.
I thought my wife was writing it down to help me.
It'll take.
She's writing.
I put it in chat.
everywhere.
So, it'll take some finagling, but you feel like you can get all of the supplies here onto your cart. But in doing so, no one will be able to ride it. Everyone will have to walk, except for the person guiding the cart in the driver's seat.
Well, I was the driver last time, so get to walking, fellas. Let's load this shit up and get to town.
Sildar's like, well, considering you saved my life, least I can do is offer my assistance. Puts up his shield and longsword, ties it up, and you all begin the slow process of hauling the remaining gear out of the cavern and out to your cart, slowly loading up the cart. As you leave, you watch as Ripper, the wolf, runs off, and you do pass the wolf pen, and it seems that they have unlodged themselves from their pegs finally, and have run off into the woods as well.
Well, that's gonna be a problem later.
Bye,
Just-
wolves.
They're just beasts. The hunt. There's wolves all over the woods. It's slow going. Takes you the better part of an afternoon, and the sky is turning a thin shade of orange when you finally get the cart loaded up. Whoever is driving soon jumps on the seat and begins guiding the cart. Sildar says, like, if you follow me, I know a way from here to Phandalin. And you all walk, and most of you walk, one of you rides towards...
Yeah, I forgot he's like injured, so I guess since he knows where he's going, he can drive the car, but I'm not happy.
Sildar hops on and is like, thank you, I appreciate it. So you all walk as Sildar, and it's not like the cart is pretty heavy and you have just the one packing mule for a horse. It just because he's in the driver's seat doesn't mean he's going any faster than y'all. He's just sitting down as opposed to all of y'all walking. It takes the better rest of the afternoon until finally, just as the sun is about to set, you reach the town of Phandalin. Sildar is like, all right. If you, there's an inn that I've been told of that's around here. It's they called the Stonehill Inn. I'm gonna go get myself a room there. You all can either follow me, or if you want to deliver this towards the individual you have the individual who had hired you. By all means, you can go there and meet me at the inn later.
I say we go deliver it.
Definitely.
Sildar. You watch as Sildar dislodges himself from the seat. He thanks you, shakes your hand. Meet me back at Stonehill when you are ready to meet up. I will have your reward for bringing me here alive. Then he wanders off.
Oh, yeah, sure.
As you all, I mean, he's at a steady limp.
Faker.
But he goes off to Stonehill Inn. So you all go to the provisions area that you were hired by?
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So as you make your way through the town, it's a small town. Not that many people, but plenty of mainly wooden buildings. You see maybe like one off in the distance made of stone, but everything else is rather wooden. A modest village. The individuals seem be going about their days. It's the end of the day, but a few of them look at you quite curiously, new in town and all. Definitely a couple of them seem interested with giving the supplies that you have brought in. Eventually, you make your way towards the a small place called small shop called Barthen's Provisions, and it looks, you see a sort of older mid-30s human male about to close up the shop.
It's older mid-30s.
Someone's offended.
This is medieval times. Most people don't make it past 40.
Except for like elves and dwarves.
Yeah, but they're different.
Hey,
He seems well warned.
So we found some of your stuff that was due for your town. Unfortunately, like no currency or healing potions, but we found a lot of other stuff that's very useful to you guys.
He turns. He's like his eyes widens. He's like, oh, are you you're the first individuals to come in here with provisions in the past month. Oh, thank goodness. And he shakes your hands. Or are you the group that I hired? The most recent?
Yes.
He if you don't mind, he goes over and he begins to take stock of what you have brought him. Everything that you have been hired to bring is there, plus the supplies you found. He's like, this is more than enough. Where'd you find this? The extra goods.
In a cave.
Filled with goblins.
And a bugbear.
He nods. He's like, oh, those pesky, snaggletooth little bastards have been robbing us for days now. But it's glad to know that you've cleared them out and apparently have gathered the provisions that others had failed to bring to us. He Here, let me go grab your payment. He rushes off into his back into the store and comes out with several pouches. He hands each of you a small little burlap pouch. He's like 10 gold per person as agreed, and here is an extra 50 for the extra provisions you brought.
50 for everybody, or just total?
10 gold for 10 gold per person for your job that you were hired to do, which is the initial cart, and then 50 in total for the extra provisions.
So if we split, we could split this up, and all of us get 20 gold a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right.
So, question: did you all divide the copper and silver up evenly among y'all?
Yes, I can't remember what the totals were, but yes, that is what I would like to do.
So, okay, I'm keeping a small sticky note here. So when Farrell arrives, he'll know how much gold has been added to his thing. So if you did it evenly, it'd be 120 copper, 22 silver, and 20 gold that y'all can add to your totals.
Can you repeat how much silver that was again?
22 silver.
Thanks.
Anyway, so after that, the shopkeep dusts his hands off and is like, "Well, certainly this is the best piece of good news we've had in a while. These people need these provisions, and with current happenings, it's just good for I'm sure everyone will be happy for some good news. I thank you greatly. Now, hope you have a wonderful night and the rest of your day, but I do need to lock up and get to home." And he goes back to doing his business.
Yeah, but before you go, do you know any druids around here? You know, any that are really good at shape-shifting and stuff?
He frowns as he begins to think to himself as I scroll through my fucking...
You know, just off the top of your head. No big deal.
Yeah, no problem. No, give me a second. There is actually a fucking druid in this town that I need to find his name.
Yes!
Druids? What unholy creatures those are.
Unholy?
Hey, shut up. That may be our new pet.
Your new pet.
That's where it was going. Jesus. What are you gonna make him turn into a cat?
There is
We talked about this. He's gonna be a pterodactyl.
there is no druid living within the town. However, there have been rumors about in the old town of Thunder Tree. Within its ruins, there is rumors of a druid that makes his camp up there.
Sweet. Do you happen to have a map of Thunder Tree, or is just
Thunder
general direction?
Tree is north towards the mountain range. He points towards the mountain range, fucking behind the town, a little bit up, and he gives you general directions to get to Thunder Tree.
Much obliged. Here's a piece of gold.
Oh, thank you very much. If you all need provisions, rope, daggers, pivots, anything that you all need, feel free to stop by my shop. With what you have brought me, you all most certainly get a discount. But
I quickly ask him. Are there any local jewelers around in this town?
Local jewelers.
Or anybody who deals in precious metals?
1 second as I scroll through everything. Oh, here it is. Giant and stone area, bars and provisions, homes, smithy, shrine town, cloister, woodworker. In terms of precious materials, no. I believe the only store there's the smithy, the woodworkers, and then my general my oh actually now that I think about it, although I don't know how much work they're getting nowadays with the loss of Fandelver, but the old miners exchange building might be able to offer you a decent amount for any unrefined metals. But as for anything deals specifically in jewelry work, you wouldn't find anything here.
Okay.
Vandalin's a small town.
That's all I
Who
need
left?
to know. Their internet rebooted. They're gonna be back.
Okay, no problem. It's not like a. You're not messing too much. You're not gonna miss too much. I assume it is getting late, so I can only assume you all head to the tavern. Unless
Yes.
there's anything you will want to do.
Drink.
All right.
It's time for these traits to make their appearance.
You all now, you all now get back into the now empty cart, which now has enough room for all of you. With it, and as you make your way, asking for directions from a couple of people, but you do find your way at the Stonehill Inn. You enter the Stonehill Inn. It is a what's I'm looking for? It is a modest inn, you know, mainly meant for the people of the town. Currently not heavily populated. It looks like everyone's finished their drinking, has gone off to their own separate homes. But you do see off on in the corner your new acquaintance Sildar, who is still nursing his wounds, but now seems a little bit happier now that he has a big old cup of ale. Friends, come hither. I have your reward. He leans back and puts a patch of gold, 50 gold, as promised.
It's another 10 gold apiece.
Well, since we're the only ones here.
To be fair, they're supposed to be with us.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I know how you like to play your characters, you know, randomly running up and drinking shit.
Eventually...
Hey, that was my evil monk. This is a different character, sir.
Fair.
Eventually, a half-elven, a younger-looking half-elven man walks up. He dressed in. Oh, hey, you guys are back. You have made it to. You made it to the Stonehill Inn. You have met back up with Sildar, and he gave you your guys' reward for bringing him to town. 50 gold, so that's another 10 gold to your guys' pockets.
I don't know if they're back in the Discord.
Yeah,
Alright.
they're here.
That's a mighty diverse inn.
Did you guys hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Did you hear my little explanation?
No.
Okay, so you finished your transaction with the shopkeep, have made your way to the Stonehills Inn, met back up with Sildar, and he has given you guys 50 gold as a thank you / reward for killing the goblins and bringing him to Phandalin alive. So that's another 10 gold for everyone, split evenly.
Sweet.
And so as you all sit down, pull up chairs in the sort of corner table with Sildar, a half-elven, younger-looking half-elven man, sort of dirty blonde hair, knifed-eared, wearing simple clothes, walk up. Hello,
That's racist.
what can I get for you all? There's a description. What can I get for you all?
The strongest drinks you got.
All right. I assume for everyone?
Do you have a pheasant?
Bird. I can most certainly get that prepared for you.
And bacon.
Bacon. I mean, I suppose we can put some on the pan, but It will take a while for him to get out.
That would be fantastic, good sir.
Wait.
They're
You
gonna
guys,
have to kill the pig just for you.
you can cook a pheasant faster than you can cook bacon?
It'll be the same amount of time. So, a mug of our strongest ale, so that'd be 5 copper pieces per person. And,
I didn't know it was mine for everybody.
If
I'll
any-
buy
if-
a round for everyone.
Okay, so 5 times.
She'll
so
buy
that's 20
2 rounds for everyone.
So that's essentially 2 silver and 5 copper is what you've spent for paying for everyone. And for
How many
your,
copper did everybody have?
120.
you get from I don't know if you've been keeping track of everything, but from what you grabbed from the chest, it is 120 copper, 22 silver, and now 30 gold.
How many copper makes a silver?
10 copper make a silver, 10 silver make a gold.
Wait, so the one dude gave us 10 gold additional?
Yeah. So you currently have
We've received 30 gold since we started.
Yeah.
Each.
So it is 25 copper for strong drinks for everyone, and for your meal it'd be 3 silver.
Excellent.
All right, go ahead and mark that off. He scoops up the coin, brushes off. Eventually, he does come back with 5 tankers filled with this nice purple liquid, and he puts it down. He's like, "We'll have your food out as soon as we can, ma'am."
You are a doll. Here's an extra silver.
He smiles and and's like, "I appreciate it greatly."
I chug my drink as fast as possible before he leaves, so I can try and order another one.
It is. It goes down with a sort of burning sensation. It's it's also very. It's also like sort of like a warm room temperature kind of thing, and it is. It feels good. It's got like a nice spice to it as it goes down.
Am I able to finish it before he walks away?
Roll me a Constitution check. Goes down without a problem.
Hey, you, half elf. I want another one.
Oh, of course, sir.
Where
That'd be
are
3.
your manners?
That'd be 5 copper, but if you pay that up, he'll get you another one as quickly as possible.
Paid it. What are these manners you speak of?
Were none of you raised in a refined household?
I was.
I've been by myself for the last 40 or 60 years. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, he comes back with the same purple liquid. It's
40
frothy
or
and
60.
frothy, and he puts it down and he brushes off again. Sildar is currently nursing his cup, and he's like, "So, who are you, motley group?"
The Mighty Nine!
No.
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 No. Dingleberries was the other one. I don't think we have a name.
No, not yet. You can just go ahead and introduce yourselves as your names to him.
We're the no names.
No, like I just mean like you guys personally, your names.
I actually like that as a group name.
I am Signa Moonblade. I was a sailor, and that's about all I know, because I'm currently suffering from it.
He nods and shakes your hand. He turns to the rest of you.
I'm Manda Tardis, and I can play magic. As I start to slur my speech.
He shakes your hand as well and turns to the orcish woman next.
I let out a large burp before anybody else can talk.
So unelf-like.
I like how I'm in the middle of the screen there. That was lovely. I am Josephine. You may call me Joe, please. I was born of a noble household and clearly have more manners than all of these heathens. I take very dainty sips from my mug.
Why can't I bring his thing out? You do exactly that. I was trying to bring out everyone's tokens, but
Just put me
He's
right
acting
next
stupid.
to the pig that's currently like rotating on the skewer.
That's your bacon.
eventually your food is brought. I assume also everyone like orders a modest meal, so you can go ahead and mark 2 silver off if you wish to eat as you eat.
All right.
So everyone's sitting there eating, and Sildar, after greetings have been made. Oh, he does turn towards the last human of the group.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Hello, I am Risus Ovelian. I'm a cleric for the cult of Solus Imperator. I'm
He nods.
traveling with these.
Oh, Cleric of Solus.
Others and yes.
Don't think I've ever heard of your particular sect before.
We're a smaller sect.
No, everyone wishes the gods in their own way.
That explains why
Very
he
true.
has manners. He doesn't even have a soul. I mean, the guy's got bigger problems to worry about.
Well, you all have all seem to be you're all a motley group. If I am a former soldier, currently employed with the Lord's Alliance, a mercenary group, and I was sent up here to check after my friend, friend and colleague, Iarno Glassstaff. He was sent up here to protect this town and bring order to it and return to us, but he hasn't done so for many months. And upon my arrival and asking the people, it seems that Iarno has turned. There's a local group called the Red Brands, and they exploit the people of this town for protection. And he does air quotes as he says protection. And Iarno is now heading them.
What do you
Such
know
a
about
shame.
the Red Brands?
They're nothing but ruffians, thugs, bandits, a clan that had gathered together in the woods and were only slightly exploring the town. And none of them really had any leadership until Iarno apparently showed up and took control. Now he's got them under his thumb, and well, Iarno's a wizard, so he's smart and he knows how to operate. And now the Red Brands squeeze this town for all they can. I am but one
Sounds like
man.
somebody needs to put the squeeze on Yarno.
He nods. I am but one man, and currently injured from those goblins, and my days of a soldier are long behind me. So
I
I
check
ask
my drink and order another one.
another one is brought. You don't need to.
After that terrible.
Don't need to mark
death
off the board now.
by Josephine, I also order another beer.
More,
With my current amnesia.
more of the purple liquid is brought as you continue to discuss with Sildar.
That purple stuff.
Yep. He's
Purple
like,
drank.
purple drank. I am but one man, and my days of a soldier are long behind me. So I ask this of you: if you can find Iarno and bring him to me alive, I will pay you. I'll pay you handsomely. Not only that, I will put in a good word for all of you if you should so desire to join the Lord's Alliance as members and take up more jobs in helping defend this like our country's defense. Our country from the people of Asira from the threats of the world. You will earn good money, good wages, and will always have a friend in the guild. If you can bring him back, I understand things can get messy, and you might bring him back dead, but I would prefer him alive. And if you do, I'm willing to offer. Where is it? Where's the reward? There it is. I'm willing to offer 100 gold for his capture, as well as membership entrance to the Lord's Alliance, as well as I assume Yano has been doing his best to squeeze the village for as much as he can. And should you find anything of noteworthy during your capturing of him, you're more than welcome to keep it. He's a wizard, and you should have a couple of magical artifacts on him.
Magic.
Damn. Well, as their internet resets, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick and grab myself a drink, so I'll be back.
I'll do the same real quick. Be right back.
No.
Whose internet reset this time? Because Sevens is still on the voice chat.
Well, I got on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you
Well,
getting
that
an
makes
echo?
more sense. Not from you.
Okay, awesome. So apparently this one's better.
I'm back. I don't know who. Hello?
Hello.
You guys are
Hello.
muffled as hell.
Well, we're on the phone right now,
Ah, okay.
so our internet's.
What happened? Hello?
I hear you.
Where'd everybody else go?
We connected back to the other one.
Oh,
So apparently, I won't let me do it on the phone and the thingy.
Here, mine's lit. Oh. Looky, it works.
Well, it's because you're logged in as a different person. So, hey, hold on. We're gonna. Half a second.
How do I turn it
No, you leave yours on as the microphone, because I'll hear it from us, and then hopefully we don't have to push to talk. I'll turn our mic off on this. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's already push to talk, so. Oh. Turn your.
Yellow. Is everyone back?
I think so.
Sweet. All right.
Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you can make yourself push to talk. Like-
Hold on.
Just turn it off.
You turn.
Testing.
Off. Yeah. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's us. Jesus Christ.
Isn't technology wonderful?
Oh, they're gone.
No, he's still under his in here.
Yeah. Okay, so He makes that offer to y'all to capture Yarno. He will pay 100 gold, give you guys a offer into joining the Lord's Alliance.
How much for bringing him in dead?
Well, unfortunately, he needs to face justice. If we were to bring him dead, I can only offer 50.
$50 for justice. God.
Well, he needs to face a trial.
Where he will probably receive execution.
So we can save the people of this town money if we just kill him ourselves.
Yeah, I was about to say we'd be saving him legal fees, but you're paying us less, so that doesn't make any sense. All right, well, we can bring him in live, maybe, but
I also need to question him. Apparently, from what people have been talking, there have been whispers of something called the Crimson Spider. Someone that the Red Brands are working for. Someone that Yarno is working.
Oh, so you need him for information.
Yeah, apparently there's a bigger operation, even past Yarno. So, I'd like to question him. So if you can bring him back alive, it'd be most appreciated.
What if we get the information and kill him for you?
He clenches his teeth and like, well, if you bring me enough, I will pay you the other 50. However, I would prefer him to face trial as opposed to just be slaughtered. But that is my personal belief. If you are able to get information out of him and dispatch of him, the agreement will stand.
I would say we should try to bring him back alive.
we
And
can
only resort to getting the information and killing him as a last resort.
You can talk now. You can talk. Joe,
Yeah.
Joe, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm good.
Anyway, regardless, just bear that in mind should you come into contact with any of the Red Brand. You will be able to recognize them from their blood red cloaks that they wear to distinguish each other.
Is it
Well.
anything similar to my cloak that I'm wearing?
Yours is a bit too fancy, a bit too elaborate. Far nicer than the rugged, blood-stained garments that they have.
Is there anywhere we could,
But they're
buy
also
some
not-
cloaks?
But they're also not that bright, so you might be able to pull it off. I mean, the general store might have some cloaks, but I couldn't tell you if they are exactly like the Red Brand's specific, brand. I also hear that there's another inn called, where is it? Called the Sleeping Giant, run by a surly dwarf, and the Red Brands prefer to frequent that inn as opposed to here.
I'm sorry. Did you just describe him as a surly dwarf? As in, they're not all surly?
Well, this one's a bit more surly, more surly even for a dwarf. But, definitely bad-tempered, has only one eye.
Sounds pretty surly to me.
But, the Red Brand do prefer to frequent the Sleeping Giant Inn. So if you are looking for, information, or just to rough up a couple of ruffians, that's where you'd find them. They also like to patrol town, so give it a while, I'm sure you're bound to run into them.
So this is the first time that Joe has obviously gotten alcohol due to her wonderful...
Oh, is it really?
Well, hello, she's been locked in a tower. So she is slightly slumped on the...
He sees this and he's like, well, it seems you all are getting deep
Pick
into
up
your
it rapidly.
cups. deep into your cups. So I will leave it for tonight. Just keep in mind my requests, and I'm going to turn in. Have a good evening.
You also.
And he walk.
Nighty night.
He limps off, and eventually the half-elven man comes back. The young man comes back, and he's like, "If you all are expecting rooms for tonight, it is 7 copper a room."
That's it.
Where's your room?
They're
How
not
many rooms do you have?
great. We have enough to accommodate you all. However, not a lot of travelers come in through here, so I would say that the rooms aren't the best. However, they are comfortable enough. They're more comfortable than the ground, is what I can tell you.
But where's your room?
Roll a charisma check.
This is gonna be just.
Disadvantage for drunk.
Nah, it's
That should be
You're
fine.
not
advantage.
helping me.
You're not that drunk yet.
That should be an advantage.
Alright, where's charisma? That would be a 12.
12? He blushes and he's like, I do appreciate the compliment, ma'am, but it's ill-advised for me to sleep around with the customers.
Who said we'd be sleeping?
Well, it seems I have jumped to a conclusion, and with that, I'll take my leave. And he immediately walks away.
Damn it.
But 7 copper pieces for a room. You all are given a simple iron key, and the rooms contain a simple sleeping cot. That's it. It has a pillow too, and a thin blanket. But the rooms are about like not that big, like single bed dorm room style. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I can
I
take my
immediately
drink.
slump into my bed and start snoring.
Our
You-
barbarian is asleep.
You barely just, like I'd say like barely fit on this cot. Like I think your shins are hanging off on the side as well, but you're too drunk to be uncomfortable. So you all managed to get a relatively decent night's sleep and benefit from the effects of a long rest.
Woohoo!
You get your spell slots back, all your abilities. You're at full health.
And I do wake up earlier than everybody, correct?
Yes, you do wake up far earlier because you only need 4 hours.
By the time I come out of my meditation, are any of the other shops throughout the town open?
Alright, I'd say you go to bed at 10-ish, or maybe, yeah, I'd say 10 to 11. So with 4 hours, it's not even, it's about like 3 in the morning yet. Everyone's still asleep.
I go back to the bar and drink.
You go downstairs, you don't, shit.
Hello?
What weird technology is this?
The fuck is
Whose alarm spell was that?
That fucking rotary phone was installed when this house was made, and apparently I can't get rid of it or I disable the landline. So, anyway. You do come downstairs. There's no one there. However, the bar is still, it's not like packed, but there are still a couple bottles of beer if you would like to swipe them. No one would be any of the wiser.
Yes, I am swiping the beer and drinking them.
Alright. You go ahead, you reach behind the bar, grab a couple of bottles, drink them, and dispose of them quickly, and that's how you spend the rest of the time as everyone else gets up and starts going about their day. Your party is still asleep because they need their full 8 hours, but at the crack of dawn, the shops aren't open yet, but there are people getting ready. Definitely the farmers have gone off to their fields, so there are a couple people that you could interact with, should you choose to do so, before your party wakes up.
I ask any of them if they're interested in a stone creature I found.
You produce it and follow them. Like they all seem very interested in it, but they when you do so, the offers they offer you are nowhere near as much as you know that the thing is worth, because they're all just sort of townsfolk. They don't have that amount of money, and so they like, well, if you're asking for that much, the miners exchange would definitely be the place to go.
I ask any of them, or I ask them if they know what time the keep gets in, or the shop opens.
Less of a shop, more of an exchange of materials. But anyway, they're like, they look towards the sky. I'm like, it's hard to tell. He usually gets around about just as dawn is ending. So about maybe an hour or so.
Okay. I go back to the inn and wait for the rest of my group.
Eventually, all of you do come to consciousness and come down. You see your elven companion, as always, up and bright-eyed, far before any of you, as the couple of you who got way too deep into your cups last night drag yourself fighting off the hangover.
So what's the plan?
Shh, too loud. Too loud.
I thought orcs were supposed to be able to drink.
Shh, half orc. Ow.
Orc nonetheless.
Half orc, full lightweight.
Exactly. See, even the human was able to drink better than you.
I
It's
also
okay.
know
I will
the
build my
values of
farm.
moderation.
What'd you say?
I'm just gonna suggest we go shopping until the bar opens up again, because we were supposed to go talk to a surly dwarf, but some lightweight couldn't.
I mean, I do have some stuff I need to go buy.
I do believe that she can hang over.
Puns.
So funny. I will go with whoever is going to the shopkeep. I want to see if they have any bags or any different garments.
Or druids for sale.
Hey,
Sure,
I already know where one is, and I'm keeping my eye out.
Oh, Thunder Tree is a separate town.
Yeah, we're
Away?
fucking going there.
Okay, just letting y'all know.
I go to the-
Eventually. So, okay, how many people? Okay, question: how many people are going to the general store, and how many people are following Mandardis to wherever he's going?
I'll go to the mining exchange.
All right, that's 2 to the mining and 2 to the general store. All right, so we'll start off. All right, here, let me flip a coin, see who we start off with. All right, so miners exchange, Mandardis and Thyresius, Thysitu, Manbear Pig.
Thrysus.
You guys, Thysis. You
You're
guys
making
are
it harder than it is. It's Thrysus.
Thrysis and Mandardis. You guys make your way. The sun is now reached a general peak. Everyone's still sort of rubbing their eyes, and towards the edge of town, nearby a farm, you reach the thing. Oh fuck! I read that wrong. The reward for Iarno is 200 gold. It's not 100.
Oh.
Does that mean 100 if we bring him in dead?
Yes.
200
Well,
for bringing him
I thought we
in.
were only getting 100 to begin with.
So 200 if you bring him alive, 100 if you bring him in dead.
Or dead with information, 200, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so you arrive. Semantics. You arrive at the miners' exchange, and you get to the door and open it up, and inside you find. Hold on a sec. Trying to find this guy's name or his description at the very. Anyway, you see a sort of a bard with a dwarf with a chin strap beard, sort of like rough and curly black hair. So he just seems to be like, waking up for the day, like having picked up all his gear, and he's like, hello, how can I help you? It's been a while since someone's come in here.
I've got
You
some.
see plenty of mining tools and such on the walls, and that's about it.
I look at him. I was like, I got something I want to sell, and I was told to see you.
All right, what can I do for you? What exactly are you looking to sell?
I pull out the stone animal and show it to him, but I do not let go of it.
Thrysus, you watch as Mandardos reaches into his cloak and pull out this jade frog statue with golden eyes and holds it out. My. Brings out a one of those little eye appraisal things. He puts it up and begins scrolling. This is quite exquisite. Where'd you find this?
Don't worry about that.
Well,
You say that you stole it.
I did not steal it. I found it.
Well,
Tactically acquired.
fell off the back of a cart. Gotta say, this is decent. 35 gold.
I was thinking more 40.
Well, I need to sell it for a profit, don't I?
You can upcharge a little bit. It doesn't seem like anybody in this town or anybody that comes through is going to know.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, God, please. Natural 20, natural 20.
18.
I'll take it.
He strokes
Who in
his
this town
beard.
is going to buy a jade frog for 40 gold?
Shut up.
He strokes his beard. Well, no one in this town, correct, but plenty of, although the Miners' Exchange, has, lost traffic since, the loss of Fandelver. I'm sure different offshoots will come by, and I can send this up to, higher-ups. They can have it appraised and sold, and you can keep this small little shack running a little bit longer.
So
He strokes his
40 gold?
beard. Let me go into the stores. He jumps sort of walks behind the counter, begins digging through a tin of his, and he's like, I can offer you 37 and 5 silver.
How much do you have in the tin there?
Well, that's my own personal business now, isn't it?
I know you've got the 40 gold in there.
Well, even if I do, I can't essentially bankrupt myself for a chance at selling this for a higher price. Now, can I?
But aren't there other towns that are relatively close? You could go shut the place down for a day, go to one of these other towns, and sell it for even more of a profit. Maybe not at another exchange like this fine establishment, but maybe at another general store where the shopkeep isn't as wise, but sees the pretty object and jumps at whatever price you got.
$38 gold. I can't offer any more.
Fine.
Drops it down into your. He pulls out slowly counts it out for you, so you're not getting cheated, and then pushes it over. Takes it up and brings it to a sort of lockbox and locks it in there securely.
Is his back away from me in the tent?
He's currently his back is not away from you, but he is knelt over. Eyes not trained on you.
I want to do mage hand into the tin to grab as much as I can and see if I can get it into my coin purse. If that's possible.
Sure. Say roll me an intelligence. No, you're a sorcerer. So roll me just a straight charisma check.
Charisma.
All right. So, you do manage to.
Shit.
Let me roll for perception with this guy too.
I'm about to get caught. Ah, fuck.
Have you rolled your sleight of hand yet?
No.
It's can't really he can't really sleight of hand the mage hand because the mage
Why
hand is
not?
something. It's something separate from
But it's controlled by your dexterity, isn't it?
No. Mage hand. My spells are not controlled by dexterity or anything.
yeah
like that.
yeah. It is
Oh,
based
but
off
like
of
the actions that you take with it, wouldn't that be based off of like dexterity, such as like sleight of hand?
let me see. Let me check this. Let me go into a rules thing. So, okay, this thing from what's I'm looking for? The mage hand dexterity thing is a specific skill given to the arcane trickster, because that means their mage hand, because that makes their mage hand invisible. His mage hand is
not-
100%. It's 100% visible. It's a blue spectral hand that does this. That's why I had him roll charisma to see how because that's his casting ability, to see how deftly he can do this. So that's essentially, so he rolled a 19. The shopkeep doesn't see this because he's still busy, but Thrysis, you do see a spectral hand leave your teammates' area, swoop back and around, and come back with 10 gold and 7 silver.
Shopkeep, I do believe that
Hey,
you have a
bad,
ghost
bad,
that is
bad.
stealing from you.
He pokes us out. Come again?
I just saw a floating blue hand. Just take gold out of your container there.
I just look at
What
the
do you-
shopkeep and say, "Oh, that's weird. I'm leaving then," and walk out the door. And I grab Thrysis and drag him along.
Do you take the gold with you, or do you leave it?
I leave it because I've already been busted.
The coins clatter to the ground. He looks. I'm gonna roll an insight on him.
Damn you, fucking cleric.
You can go ahead and roll a deception.
Shit. Ooh, actually. Woohoo!
All right. As you immediately take your leave, you hear the confused talkings of the dwarf behind you. He seems none the wiser as he goes down and picks up the coin and just like, "Fucking ghosts. I don't want to change buildings."
As we walk out the door, I do want to start walking towards the general store, but I look at Thrysis and go, "What the fuck, dude? Why'd you have to sell me out like that?"
You really thought it was a great idea to steal in front of a cleric.
I mean, I was gonna offer you some if you'd kept your mouth shut,
Bravo, man of
I
God.
don't operate that way.
but it would have been offerings to your god.
I'd rather obtain my offerings in an honorable manner.
Fucking goody two shoes. And I walk off to the general store.
All right. At that, we will go towards Josephine and Signa as you all arrive at the general store.
Woohoo!
It is open for the day. You all enter and you see the same late 30s human male. He's like, hello. What can I help you for?
I am looking for a larger bag or potentially a tunic with lots and lots of pockets.
The tunic I can custom make, but I certainly do have a selection of larger rucksacks if that is what you are looking for.
Well, do you have any magically imbued objects that potentially have, storage spaces in that?
I'm sorry, dearie. Not here. Not in Old Fandolin.
Do you know of any place that I can? Well, first, yes, I'd like to go ahead and get the tunic with lots and lots of pockets from you.
All right.
But-
If you
Oh,
it'll be about like 3 silver for me to custom make it. It'll be about a couple of days before it's ready, but that is certainly something I can do.
Well, I'm not sure how long we're going to be staying here. Do you have something maybe already made that has maybe not
No.
tons of pockets, but a few
I mean-
extra pockets?
I have tunics with pockets, but nothing more nothing in the extra department. I just whenever I make them, I just sort of make them with the normal amount of pockets a person would need.
Do you have any in red?
Oh, of course. I have many in a selection of colors. He goes off and brings out a red tunic with 2 pockets. I do have plenty of belts with pouches if you would like.
No, just the tunic will work.
He hands it over, and that'd be a silver piece.
Excellent.
Hand it over. You now are in the possession of a red tunic, which I guess you can wear.
Yay!
And you, fine sir, what can I do for you?
Do you have any potions, healing potions?
Let me go through this.
Also, some rope.
Oh, rope. Rope I have plenty of. Now let me scroll through notes to see. I doubt they have healing potions, to be completely honest with ye. But
Do you
might
happen
as
to
well.
have some headlight fluid and elbow grease?
Josephine is secretly a 45-year-old white male father.
You ever wonder why we're here? I don't know, man.
Thank you!
But it keeps me up at night. Anyway, so I don't have anything in terms of healing potions, but I do have plenty of rope that I can give you. I have coiled rope and hemp rope. Hemp rope is definitely sturdier than coiled, but costs a slight bit more.
I just realized I've got silk rope, so I don't need rope. Never mind.
Oh, very well. I do have other normal tools, a couple of daggers lying about.
How about do you happen to have a red cloak as well? Perhaps one with a hood?
He frowns, he's like, no, I have been convinced, and he reaches over and rubs his shoulder to stop making cloaks in that style.
I see.
But I do have plenty of other hooded cloaks if you are so inclined to purchase them.
You got any red dye?
Would you happen to know where these people that convinced you to no longer sell this style of clothing, where they may be?
How they have taken up residence within the city manor. But when they're in town, they like to trance about and pick on the villagers and drink the day away at the Sleeping Giant Inn.
You said the city manor?
Yes, well, it once was the city manor before they killed the family there.
Well, they seem delightful. Thank you for your help, and I give him 5 copper pieces for the information.
He takes it, nods his head, thank you, and just, if you're planning on doing anything about this, the town will be in your debt, but also be careful. They may not be that bright, but there are lots of them, many of them. Be aware of that.
Yeah, I don't look too bright either, and there's one of me.
Well, numbers tend to win a battle. But do what you will. And he goes back to doing his business. And do you ask him anything else, or do you leave?
No, under my breath though, I mutter, "Yeah, but I'll win if I have a pterodactyl," and I walk out.
He seems very confused, but doesn't say anything more. As you walk out, about maybe like as you're like putting on your new tunic, it doesn't take too long before your teammates arrive.
Was there anything good in there?
I relay the information about the fact that they use their sleeping quarters as the city manor. We can find the red brands there if we want to potentially sneak up on them in the middle of the night. Just perhaps.
And set them on fire?
I mean, chop off their heads, set them on fire, throw stuff at them. Yeah, whatever comes to mind.
Do we know where the city manor's at?
Yeah, it is the singular stone building
Okay.
off on top of a hill near the back of the town.
Okay.
You all discern that, like, if anything's the manor, it's probably that nice building back.
So, do we want to go to the other inn and the Sleeping Giant Inn and drink and mess them up there, or do we just want to go for the sleeping or the manor?
Well, we kind of have two options. We could go to the Sleeping Giant and see if we can get an inside man in there to potentially, like, open up doors for us at the city manor at night. So, like, while everybody's asleep, have inside dude, like, unlock doors or know if there are any charms or anything blocking the doors. So that might be smart. Or we can just, I mean, axes swinging, guns blazing, that kind of fun stuff.
I say we craft a giant wooden red cloak and hide on the inside of it.
Why does it sound like a story?
The city manor. Hopefully, perchance.
Are y'all just standing outside the shop, or are you traversing town as you do this?
Probably a good idea to be moving, so,
Yeah.
we're not just shouting out our thoughts of a coup in the middle of the, neighborhood.
As you walk throughout the city streets, conversing amongst yourself, eventually, you do notice something. You stop, look around, and all of a sudden, everyone who has been walking, like all the normal people who were in the town, are gone, and the street is empty.
Fuck.
And then all of a sudden, you hear the of footsteps, and you all turn to see 4 human individuals, all heavily scarred and a couple, like, varying degrees of features, but one thing stands out amongst all of them is a thick, heavy red cloak on their backs, each of them having one. Well, look here. New strangers in town, the one in the center says. Well, it's about time you pay your tariff. Give us all your gold, and be on your way.
How about you
You,
get
sir.
your cloak?
Are hilarious.
I'll take your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
I'll just go ahead and take your life.
Is there anybody
I don't
standing
think
in
you-
front of me?
No, I mean, it depends on how you guys want to. There are no civilians. It seems like everyone within any civilians within the street have seen these guys coming and cleared out. You guys are the only ones. So if you want to move in front of your teammates, you certainly can.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody has seen this before, but there's an episode of, like, the old Batman where whatever chick it is that he's, like, dating at the time, she's got red hair and she's wearing a dress with, like, gems on her shirt, and the bad guys just walk into the elevator and they go, "I like your jewels." And it's like, "Oh, thanks." And they go, "No, I like your jewels. Give them to me." That's what I'm gonna do to whoever's in front with their cloak.
So you guys
Give it.
are as close as you want to be, but you're like on this side of the streets. So
Okay.
put your tokens down as you wish.
How do I put token down?
You just click your name, drag.
There we go. Oh, nope.
But as you all are dragging your things, one of the guy right in front says, "I don't think you all understand how it works in this town. We
not-
run things."
It's not letting me.
Hold on, let me.
There we go.
You have control over it. Can you move him?
Hold on.
You guys are over here.
Yep. So I'm going
Okay.
before anybody does anything as far as approach. I'm going to go ahead and cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. That is a 15-foot square in front of you. That'll catch these 3 individuals, and that is a con save, I believe.
Is it a 15-foot square in front of me? I thought
It
it
is.
was. Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, know a lot of these spells by heart.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I was not trying to hit Fairy Fire. I'm not trying to cast that. I just was opening my spells to see what I had.
No problemo, my brother. Let me play the battle music. So I will roll. What's I'm looking for? I will roll these these 3 individuals' con saves. So what's your save? 12.
Yeah, 12.
Failure. Success. Success. So that's half damage for 2 of them and full damage for 1. And they are all pushed, and one of them is pushed back, I believe, 10 feet?
Yes.
So go ahead, roll that damage. And everyone else, roll
Cast
initiative.
At level 1. Cast.
9 damage. So this guy, ironically, the guy talking to you takes the full brunt. He takes the 7.
And I lose a
And
spell.
back to 10 feet.
2.
The other 2, 9 divided by 2, rounded down, so 4. So 12 for everyone else.
And do you want me to go ahead and roll my initiative?
Yeah, go ahead. Click your. So what you're going to do, you're going to highlight your token, so it shows up those 3 little dots. Then open your character sheet, and then press the little word that says initiative.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there you go, just like that.
Yeah.
Which one is the initiative? The red?
No, like so, like highlight your character, so it shows up all those little buttons.
Never mind. I got you.
Yeah. Ooh, that's nice.
Shit.
All right. We'll say Rangrim is currently nursing a fucking hangover, even though he's a dwarf. He went like incredibly into his cups. Man, these are some good initiatives.
Dude, these have been some good rolls all goddamn night.
All right. I think all that's left is. Signa, why does yours say La Paix Ubrecu?
I don't know. That was the name that it originally was before I like set it as Thrisis, and then it just changed it back for no reason.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're still Thrisis, even if it says differently on the initiative. Ascending order. However,
There.
unfortunately, even with the amazing initiative of everyone, Red Brands are up first. After they got hit by the thunder wave, they're like, "What the shit?" And you all watch as this one's gonna move here, this one will move there, and this one will move there, and you all watch as they have decided to keep their distance now, realizing one of you is a caster, and they all pull out crossbows, and they're just all gonna go for the guy that shot the thunder wave.
Shit!
So what's your current AC? I don't think you cast mage armor, so 12.
Yep. I don't have mage armor yet, I don't think. No. Not yet.
Oh, shoot. Let me go. Oh, I read that wrong. These guys don't have crossbows. I confused them with bandits. So they're going to instead just come up on you. Now he was here, so he has 30 feet of movement. Yeah, so he can get there. Each of them are going to go pull a one-on-one sort of thing. So They all have multi-attack, so they're going to take 2 attacks on each one of you. So, on first things first with Thrisis, you're gonna be taking attack. Let's see here. I don't think a 5 and 13 hits. Nope, you have an AC of 18. So you hold up your this guy, the first ruffian pulls out his like the first of the red band bandits pull out his short sword and takes 2 quick slashes. They just strike across your shield. All right, the next one's going against Mendardus. Don't think he hits with a natural 1, but a 17 does hit.
Yeah.
So you take a total of 5 piercing damage as you dodge out of the way of the first strike, but the second one comes in and hits you in the side. And you're like, oh. Signa, another 2 attacks against you. 13 and a 12. Both of those miss. You take out your scimitars and you block them. Josephine. Another natural 1 and a 21, and I think a 21 hits. So
Yes.
you take 5 points of piercing damage as he comes in and does a quick slash across your chest, but then he comes in for another one and you just sort of bring your foot back and you hit him in the chest with your boot and he goes stumbling back. Thrisis, you're up.
How do I do a spell touch attack?
You just it is your spellcasting ability is wisdom, correct? Because you're a
Yes.
So I believe it is roll a d20, add 4, and then add 2. So roll a d20 and add 6. That is the spell. That's how you do a spell touch. That's also how you do a spell range. There's a little thing on your spell list that says spell attack bonus. So whenever you roll a spell attack, ranged or touch, add 6. So roll a d20 and add 6. So what are you casting?
Inflict wounds.
Jesus, that is a hell of a spell.
Fucking get out of my way.
You can just go down 7 plus 6.
Nope. 11.
11. What are these guys' AC? No, unfortunately not. Your hand lights up in this black flame, and you reach in. He managed to jump out of the way, and you miss. Sorry, buddy. Mendardus, you're up.
All right.
Unless you want to move, you can move. You can choose to move. You still have 30 feet of movement if you wish to take it. And a bonus action if you wish to. If you have any spells that allow that. Actually, no. You can only cast 1 spell per turn.
I'm fine where I'm at.
Okay, Mendardus. Now it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave again on the 2 guys that are standing right in front of me.
Okay.
See if I can knock them off.
Oh, question. I forgot about this time, but roll a d20.
Oh shit.
I forgot you're a wild sorcerer.
So did I? /roll 1d20.
Okay, you're fine.
Oh.
So, I will now roll these guys as con saves. What's your save? 14?
12.
12. Oh, yeah.
DC's 12 on it.
DC's 12. When the guy on the right succeeds, but the guy on the left fails. So we'll go ahead and roll damage.
Cast at level 1.
6. So this guy takes 3. He is looking pretty bad. And this guy takes the full 6, and he's knocked back 10 feet. You all watch as Mendardus begins to focus, and you watch as this the air around him begins to shimmer, and then all of a sudden a heavy boom sounds, and you watch as these 2 take the brunt of it. One of them manages to hold in place, but the other is knocked back, and he lands about there. All right, Signa, you're up.
Okay, so our internet's being funky, so I can't see the screen.
Ah, shite.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Just kind of explain
All right, you
So
guys are
it's
currently.
Daniel's turn, right?
It is Seven's turn. You
Okay.
guys are currently surrounded.
Excuse me, Cygna's turn.
Yeah, Cygna's turn. You guys are currently surrounded. They went very sort of like cartoony bandits. Each of them decided to take one person and attack them. Cygna, you are currently facing off against one bandit. He was who had taken a thunder wave earlier, so he looked kind of hurt, but he's not terrible yet. So he has a short sword and he's looking at you.
Yeah, well, he's about to be. I am going to attack him with both scimitars.
All right, go ahead. Make your 2 attacks. Action, bonus action.
One is a which one's my modifier again? It's dexterity because it's a finesse, right?
Yeah, it's a finesse. Well, I mean, you can make it your strength, but I think your dexterity is higher, so it is a your dex plus 2.
So I've got 120.
20 hits.
Wait, dex plus 2?
So yeah, proficiency bonus. So you roll a d20, then you add your dex modifier and your proficiency modifier, which is a 2.
Yeah, that's right. I get a plus 5. So one is actually a. All right. I think I might have turned off this one. No.
All right, so one is a 23 and one is a
Definitely hits.
13.
13 just barely misses. So you get 1 attack, so go ahead, roll damage.
Nine.
9. All right, nice. He is not looking good as you rake the scimitar across. Like he manages to block the first attack with his short sword, but as he's doing so, he because you are a dual wielder, you bring the other one up and you stab it into his side, and you feel it like sink in. He's like, oh. All right. Unless you want to move, is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right, Josephine, you're up. You're currently, like I said, you guys have been surrounded. They sort of like each picked an individual and attacked. You are also looking like you're doing a sort of one-on-one with a red band bandit.
So let's see. So that's the one in front of me. Let's go ahead and honestly, can I just headbutt him?
I mean, you can, but it'll be like significantly less damage.
Darn it. Okay.
I mean, if you want to keep him alive.
Well, I'm trying to. You know what? I just want to knock him out right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna fucking headbutt him.
Okay, so just roll me a strength check. Because you're not proficient in unarmed attacks.
That would be let's see. Is strength proficiency?
No, you're not proficient with unarmed attacks.
Okay, so that's just 18.
And that still hits. So your damage is roll a d4 and tell me. So roll a d4. Tell me what you get.
That would be a 1.
Okay, so 1 plus your strength, which is 4. So he takes 5 points of damage. Which, it's a lot, but it is not enough to take him down. But you do indeed grab him, rear back, and headbutt him, and you hear the crunch as his nose is more than likely broken.
Now, do I have a bonus action or no?
You do not. You can rage, but...
I don't feel like I need to rage here.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Okay. So it's now the Red Brand Bandit's turns. This guy is hurting real bad and has just been attacked by 2 fucking Thunder Waves. So he's going to use his action to disengage and try and book it out of here.
Do I get an attack of opportunity with my dagger?
No, he used his action to disengage.
Ah, okay.
So when you take an action to disengage, so that means he can't dash, run away because he wasted his action. But when you take the action to disengage, you can't do attack of opportunities. This guy is still feeling good, so he has decided to come up on both of you guys and have decide to take an attack on each of you. One for the guy, one for the cleric, and one for the sorcerer. So, let me go ahead and roll an attack. All right, Thrisis, a 14. I don't think hits you, and I don't think an 11 hits you, Mandaris.
Nope.
You guys are just too. Well, actually, Thrisis, you knock him away, and as he gets frustrated, he goes in for an attack against Mandaris. And Mandaris, you just like swiftly sidestep. You're like, oh shit. Thrisis, you're up.
I am going to use Guiding Bolt
Ooh,
against that little dude that's running away. So that's
13 plus 6, that
6,
hits.
19 total.
19, yeah, that hits. That's 4d6, I think. Holy shit.
Yes, it is 4d6. So 11
Alright.
damage total.
You hold out the hand and like you close your fist and you watch as golden flames begin to arc from your fingers, and with a smile you shoot it out and you watch as like scorpion fatality style a hole is just bored right through this guy's chest.
Get over here.
And he falls to the ground dead. Alright, Mandaris, you're up.
Let's see. I am going to pull my dagger and attack this guy right here in front of me.
Alright, go ahead, roll to attack.
Dagger. Fuck.
10. Sorry, brother. You lunge him with the dagger and you just manage to dodge out of the side. You just clip his armor a bit.
And that'll be my turn.
Alright, Signa, you're up.
I would like to double swing at whoever's closest to me.
Alright, that is this guy right here. But this guy's not looking too good. He's looking really rough. Oh my goodness, why did I forgot to do these guys' turns. Little rewind.
Right now.
No. We'll do yours immediately after, but they just take their attacks. Alright, 2 attacks against Signa. A 10 and a 16, so only 1 hits. Signa, you take 7 points of piercing damage as a swift, like you block one of the strikes with a sort of like X parry, but you don't manage to dodge a swift thrust, and you feel like the shoulder reach into your like sort of like left shoulder. 2 attacks against Josephine or Joe. 6 doesn't hit, but a 16 does. So, Joe, you take 4 points of piercing damage as you bat one sword swipe aside, but another is done, and you feel your bicep and your brand new tunic get cut, and you're like, fucker!
Oh, you motherfucker.
Alright, Signa, now it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a 2 attacks. 1 sword's gonna go to this. Where the hell's my mouse? This guy.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna basically do like a diagonal double stab, and then try and get that guy killed too.
Yeah, go for it. Roll attacks.
Nope, one's an 11 and one is a 24.
24 hits. So, which one were you aiming for with the 24? The 11 misses. So this guy? All right, go ahead, roll damage. Oh wait. So which one did you hit with the? Which one were you aiming with the 24? 1 or 2?
24 is this one because he's lower.
Okay. So go ahead, roll damage.
I got a 9 again.
All right, 9. With a swift cut, you cut this guy's throat open. He's like, and he falls down to the ground dead. And with you spin the blade in hand, you do for a thrust against the eye, but he manages to hit you off with the broadside of his sword. Unless you want to move, is that your turn?
I'd
Josephine, you're up.
All right, well, this jackass just ripped my very new and slightly pricey tunic, so he's dead. I'm just gonna take a nice old swing with my great axe and just lop off his head.
All right, roll to attack.
Well, that sucked. That was a 6, and then yeah, it sucked.
So 6 plus what? 6, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're much taller than this individual, so when you go to swing, he, like, ducks, like, just slightly, so you do, like, a great arc over his head. You do give him a nice shave, but that's about it.
Can I just scalp him just a little bit?
A little bit of blood is drawn, but not enough to cause damage. Now the bandits' turn. Noting that two of their friends have gone down, they look towards each other and like, fuck this. They're taking the disengage actions, and they're both trying to run away. So no attacks of opportunity, but they only get 30 feet away. All right, that's their turn. Thrisis, you're up.
Hang on.
Sorry, I died again. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still here. It's just
Alright,
Thrisis' turn. They have taken the disengage action or are trying to run away.
Bastards.
Burning Hands is a 15-foot cone. I mean, you can try and get, like, you can use your movement to get closer and then use that. Sure.
Okay, about there.
Let's see, 15 feet. One step closer, one block closer, and you'll do it. Yeah, you got them. So, deck saves. What's your save number? Should be in your spell
14.
page. 14. All right, I'll go roll ahead. Deck saves for these guys. A 6 and a 13, they both fail. So go ahead, roll damage.
So it's 3d6 per.
11. No, it's just one. Like it's not per person. You just roll it once.
Oh, okay. Yep, gotcha.
Encompasses it spell entirely. That's fine.
Yep.
But with 11, it is enough to take them both out. So explain to me your kill.
So I just kind of Kamehameha and fire shoots out of my hands and immolates both of them.
Just that happens. You hold on. I think I have something for this. Doot. Give me my assets. You will watch as Thrisis takes his hands and like bright orange flames fill it up, and he points it out in like the Kamehameha style, and a 15-foot cone of fire arcs out, and these individuals, they're coated in it, and they scream, and their screams fill the air as their bodies and clothing are burnt to cinders.
Question: is the one that's still close to us, is he completely dead, or is there a chance that I could save him and keep him around for information?
Do you have? I don't think you have the spare the dying cantrip.
No, I don't.
I do.
No. No, but you were too far away from when that happened. So no.
Even with my medicine-
Unfortunately,
Even with my
no one
medicine
no one declared a. Nah, he's. I'm sorry to say, but no one declared non-lethal damage, so he did.
trick? Fair.
I want non-lethal burning damage.
Yeah, I want my fire. Only melee attacks can be non-lethal, unfortunately.
As I'm
let
walking
that-
back, I'd say to the rest of the party, criminals should know that they should stay out of the light.
Nice, I like that.
But did you have to burn their cloaks? We could have used them.
Well, there's currently
Well, I
one
already have
usable
a nice
cloak.
red one.
Yeah, but yours stands out a little bit. Is the cloak that is on the guy, is it torn up or?
It's a bit torn up, but not unusable.
I go ahead and grab it and
And
throw it on.
and considering their profession, you get the general idea that like wear and tear on their cloaks is not entirely uncommon.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and grab it and throw it on.
Okay, you do so. You now are currently wearing a red brand cloak. You can go ahead and mark that down, and you can.
Okay.
Just like the filthy criminal you are.
I'm not a
So,
criminal.
with I'm wondering. Technically, Farrell's character was not here for this, so I'm wondering if I should split the experience 5 ways or 4 ways. Like, I don't want to punish someone for not being here because of life.
We can share it with him.
I
Okay.
think we should split it 5 ways just so that like nobody gets behind.
Yeah, I
That
feel
way
you.
we're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
80 points for everyone.
Woohoo! Almost. What is it? 300.
900 is what's needed for level 3.
Okay.
900.
Yeah. You're currently at. Wait, hold on. What are you?
We're at level 2.
200.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not even at. You're at level. But getting so you're at like you should be 3. So you're at 380.
Oh, we're at 380.
Yeah, 380.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. I said you were gonna get 100 for completing the quest. So
Oh, that's right.
you're gonna get 380. You just leveled up ahead of time before you got said experience. Which is fine, because you didn't run into any other conflict, and when you delivered the quest and had your long rest, you would have leveled up. So everything works out, you just need to have the right number. So you are currently at 380, level 2, and it will take you... let me go to character advancement. You need 900 to reach level 3.
Okay.
Which means we need to kill like 100 red brand people.
Which we probably will. I look at
I mean, if you're-
I look at Joe and be like, "Well, you got your man inside."
Oh, fucking... The
Somebody
man with the
else-
best deception checks.
So I'm just gonna take off the sleeve that got sliced. So now I'm gonna have like one tank top portion and one long sleeve, and it's just gonna
Okay.
be in a.
I feel that. I can feel that. All right. So you have what you have requested. You've done so.
Like a sleeveless cloak would look pretty dope, though.
Let's see. Let's see what these guys have on them. I assume you guys fucking loot them.
Crispy.
They each have a short sword. If you guys wish to take those,
Do I have proficiency in that? I think I do.
you do because you're an
Yes.
elf.
I will take one of the short swords.
All right. It is a dexterity weapon with d6 damage. You know, fuck it. I'll just use my compendium and just drag it onto your character sheet, so you don't have to worry about crap.
Oh, okay, that works too.
It's the benefit of drag drop. Short sword. Boom! It's in your boom! It's in your thing now.
Woohoo!
There you go. Short sword. Do keep in mind you need to have at least one hand open to cast spells.
Okay.
Unless you have Warcaster.
Unless you have Warcaster. If you want to take that, you can dual wield if you so wish.
I'll stick with this. I'll stick with one sword for now.
Let's see. So, 1 second here. So, you guys, I assume go up and begin looting them.
Mm-hmm.
Between them all, I'm sorry, there's a lot of pages to this that I'm flipping through.
You're good.
So between them all, together they have about 12 gold pieces. On one of them, you find a steel iron lock, or like a steel lock, a heavy set steel lock. However, it's currently locked into place, and there's no key for it. The second one, you find a six-sided die. It weighs a little bit more than what you think, and as you roll it, you tend to notice that it only ever rolls on sixes.
Ooh, loaded dice. We can win some money this way.
On the third one, you find two very interesting things. You bring up this glass vial and you hold it into your ear, and you can hear like shh. And you pop the thing open, you sniff, and you're like, "Oh, that's acid." And you pull out a crossbow bolt that has a sort of very deadly green tinge to it, and it seems to drip some kind of poison. And on the last guy, you find a pair of golden earrings that he's wearing.
Ooh, shiny.
So here, let me type out the miscellaneous loot.
Okay, so let's see. Who has a crossbow?
Your dwarf does, but he's not with you currently.
Let's go ahead and give the crossbow bolt to him, because otherwise it's useless to the rest of us.
I snagged the weighted dice.
It's just one die, but
Oh.
go ahead and snag it.
I'll go ahead and take the earrings.
Take
And
the earrings.
of course, because I'm the only girl, apparently, and... Yeah.
A girlfriend tends to listen to my DnD sessions, but she doesn't play. She just sits and listens. She just likes making fun of the many voices that I do.
Sounds like a keeper.
You are, mate.
Anyway,
I don't take any of the gold pieces.
you don't take any?
No, none of the gold.
Well, there's 12 gold pieces among them, if you would like to split it however ways you want.
3 for everybody else.
I mean, I'll take gold.
As you are picking the pockets of these red brands, eventually you watch from the houses, the civilians are poking their head out and they're whispering amongst each other, like, and eventually it's like, you hear a little high-pitched voice, like, "You killed them!" You turn around and you see this like little halfling boy who can't be like taller than 2 feet and older than like maybe 9, looking up at you with like wide eyes.
Yes, we did.
That's so cool. Are you guys adventurers?
No.
Yes.
No, yes.
Which one is it?
I just turn around and
We're
walk away.
not just adventurers, we're the adventurers.
That's so cool. I want to be an adventurer when I grow up. I go adventuring all the time. I go into the forest and I see lots of things like the cave that these guys go into.
Cave? What cave?
In the woods, there's this cave that these guys use to bring all the stuff they steal from the town.
Would you know the way to this cave?
Yeah, I can show you.
If you show us the way to the cave, I'll give you one of these gold earrings.
He nods his head rapidly. I'll show you.
Gents, shall we?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so you just leave the bodies out in the streets as you follow this child.
Yes.
He leads you off and out of town.
Is there
Into
any kind of law in this town besides like
Nah.
scarlet douchebags that are running everything?
I mean, like there is a city manor with the that has the mayor of the town, and there was a sort of like coalition militia thing that people volunteered for, and they're like sort of the city guards. They're all dead now. So no, the red brand is the law at the current moment.
Okay.
So your conscience is clean, cleric.
I don't care about that. I was just gonna let them know that there was a bunch of corpses laying around.
You guys might want to come clean this up. We don't know what happened, but
Something bad
Also,
we're
happened.
gonna
Yeah.
get dustpan.
I know what happened. We killed some
sword
filthy
wounds.
criminals.
So you follow this little halfling boy out into the woods, and he takes you through winding paths. And a couple of you who are like bigger than this nimble little boy, like you're like shit, and you hitting like plenty of like sword branches and stuff, like sword branches, tree branches, branches of swords, and you just get cut up everywhere. I need you all to make me dex saves.
Is that a real thing?
No, I was making a joke because I
Oh.
talk bad. But he helps you dip, duck, dive, and dove throughout this forest, and eventually you all reach a point, and he's like there, and there's like this a big crack within the ground, and if you follow the crack, it leads into this sort of cave entrance along the side of a hill, and looking up slightly, you see the very stone manor that you were told that the Red Brands have inhabited, sitting atop this hill.
I pat the boy on the head. I take off one of the earrings, hand it to him, and say, "You better get out of here, kid."
I can't go with you?
No!
He does like that fucking 4-year-old pout, like, but I wanna.
Go on now, get.
But
Do I see
Good enough.
anybody, any of the red brand around
currently,
currently? Can I hear anything?
but go ahead, roll a perception check. But I would like to mention that number of you have spent spell slots, and those don't come back until a long rest.
Correct. 21 on perception.
$21. All right, you listen in quietly. You don't hear anything currently, except the rustle of the wind.
I look at everybody like, I've got the red cloak. I am pretty good at lying. I can try and sneak in, and if there's nobody in there, I can send out a shower of sparkles out of the entrance to let you know it's safe to come in, and we can go snooping around.
I think that since you guys have spent spell slots and everything, we should probably mark our location and head back and regroup. And then head out? Maybe see if we can get you inside through the front door first.
I mean, you don't want me to go in and at least look in the cave?
Alright, fine. Go get your butt in the cave.
Yay!
Alright.
I throw on the red cloak and walk confidently towards the cave entrance.
All right, hold on a sec. Let me set the dynamic lighting on this thing up, so you only see what I want you to see.
Okay.
One sec. Reveal areas. So you'd only be able to see this. All right, so let me move over. What's up? Oh, no shit. All right, there you go. So you come in through this entrance, like right here at the bottom. Can you see it?
Yep. Okay. Can I drop my character thing down? No, I can't.
No shit, you can't. All right, don't do it for you.
I'll come to the little bend, trying to stay as close to the wall as I can, in case there's anybody in here, and see if I can see anything.
All right, roll a perception check as I do something unrelated.
20.
20. All right, let's see. Where is his character sheet?
Do I need to roll a stealth check as well? Since I'm trying to be somewhat sneaky.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, roll a stealth check as well.
Fuck!
Keep that in mind. Now, time for a stealth check. Okay. You're not, you feel stealthy as all hell as you crawl in here. As you look around, you see a couple of entrances, like into separate rooms. However, you can't really quite see what's in them. However, something does catch your attention behind this pillar right here. Let me put a picture into chat for you as you come across. I'll put it in, I guess, just the game room. You see a creature that looks like this.
Oh, hell no.
It's looking at you, and you watch as its eyes have this slow, dull pulse. And I need you to roll me a deception check.
Oh, okay. Please be good, please be good. 14?
Okay. All right, then. And as you do, I'll keep that in mind. As you look at him, you feel this presence enter your mind as a raspy voice. I should probably change this to something more tense. Give me a second.
It's already tense enough right now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
No, it's a false sense of security.
documents. That's better. You watch as this creature, you feel this presence enter your mind as you don't see this creature's mouth move. However, a voice enters your head. You hear a spy.
I quickly think, no, just bringing something looted from an adventurer.
I know. I can see with eye. You spy.
Yeet the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I quickly pull my dagger and set it on the floor and say again, no, I grabbed this from an adventurer that I killed.
He watches the creature scuttles real fast, like faster than what you can react, out from behind his hiding place, reaches over, grabs the knife, and then jumps into the crevasse. Silence for a second, then he crawls back up. Bring more toys. You have more? You have food, spy?
I'm not a
If
spy.
you have food, I be quiet.
Do I have food on me?
You have your rations, yeah.
I pull a ration from my bag and set it on the ground, or not set it, but I toss it like 5 feet in front of me on the ground.
You toss it. His hand, like the creature's hand, reaches out, grabs it, eats the food quite quickly. They don't feed me enough. Thank you, spy. You get the feeling that whatever his eye, like something about the eye, no matter what you tell him, he knows that you're not a red brand. But after eating, he dives back into the crevasse and out of sight.
Would he still be able to hear me if I talk?
Maybe you don't know.
I whisper, hoping he can hear me. I've got more if you can help me. More food.
A second goes by. Another second. You see the slippery claw of the creature come up, and he pulls himself up. Yes.
What do they keep in here?
I am not sure. They bring things through the entrance. People, crates, weapons. It's always different. Magic Man pays me in food and trinkets. Tells me to guard. Tells me to stop people from entering. People like you. But he continues to eat the food that you give him.
Let me ask you this. What kind of food do you like?
Rah! Want more beasts? I want people.
If I bring you food, will you help us out if we come back? Or if I come back?
Yeah. He nods. Yes.
Okay. I will be back soon with more food. And I walk out the cave entrance.
See you later, spy. And you walk out the entrance.
Alright, I meet back up with the party and tell them everything that I saw, including the creature.
Well, too bad somebody burnt all of the, enemies to a crisp. Otherwise, we'd have 4 fresh, yummy bodies.
There's still one.
And I look over at him, pointed.
He's got a point. There's still one, and I'm sure if we, maybe capture another and bring it to him to eat. But as long as he's got something to eat, he's gonna help us in there. And like I said, he's already told me about all the weapons crates and everything else I keep in there.
Is our cleric going to be okay just delivering a captured red brand as food?
Why would we capture a new red brand when we already have one dead one that's not crispy?
More
No,
food.
they mentioned capturing a second one for more food.
I don't care. He's a criminal.
Okay. This
Fair
creature.
enough.
I've already described the creature to him, correct?
Yeah, like you
Okay.
describe slimy, one big fucking eye, claws, spines.
Okay. Now, cleric, if we're able to make this creature a ally of ours, you have to refrain from killing it. I don't know how your little sect of clerics are with these kind of creatures.
You can describe you can come up with your current sect and their typical beliefs, but typical beliefs of followers of Sothis are, to be the light in the darkness. You provide hope to people who have none, that kind of stuff. And while individuals who follow his sister Hati, they are people who they are like you provide hope and general well-being to the common folk. Those who follow Hati walk in the darkness for the safety of the light. They are fiend hunters, people who kick abjurations and the like back out of the planes, that like back into their planes. So that's what they do. You can describe what your particular sect does as you wish, but those are the general beliefs of individuals who follow Sothis. Anyway,
Just so
back
you
to
can-
whatever you want to talk about.
Just so you can see what the creature looks like. This is the creature right here that he was talking about.
Alright, so what's our next move?
I say we do what you suggested. Go back to town, regroup a little bit, and then either we can come back here and get this creature on our side to help us out inside the manor, or we can go straight for the manor. But I did tell the creature that I'm gonna come back with food, and I would kind of like this thing on our side.
We should probably go back to town and make sure that the villagers haven't gotten rid of the body, so that we can grab it now.
It did take you the better part of an hour to get out here, and it'll probably take you a better part of an hour to get back.
Shit.
There's still a chance that the villagers are too scared to touch the bodies. We still have a chance. If we go now, we might have a chance to grab that body.
Let's go back now then.
I mean, for just no reason in particular, roll a percentile die. Okay. So you guys head back to town?
Yeah.
So, you head back to town. Like I said, it takes you a little bit longer because you're like, okay, so we took a left here, but you do manage to make your way back into Phandalin without incredible difficulty.
Are the shops still open?
The general store. You do see the general store. The windows are drawn closed. However, when you go and try the door, it is open.
Did you guys see any maps when you were in here?
I didn't even ask.
Should we get a map so we can mark everything we know?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
All right. I go into the general store and speak to the shopkeeper to see if he has a map that I can purchase.
Of the country or of just the nearby places?
Nearby land.
Oh, of course.
And, actually, let's do one of each. One of each.
I don't have any of the country, but I do have of the nearby land.
Do you have? Does the map have a cave that's roughly an hour away on it?
There are plenty of caves, but none that I think you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know that it's beneath the manor. Can you point out the manor on this map to us?
Of course. And he Fane points out the manor. It's not less of a map of the town because like you can see the manor in town, right? Like if you go out and look, there's the manor. This is more of a map of the general location of just like nearby areas. You currently
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I look at the shopkeep and I tell him, you know, I'm kind of low on coin, but I'll make you a bet if you want to gamble for the map.
Oh well, considering you all are quite have helped and may have stirred up a bit of trouble, but that's no problem. So I'll play a quick bet, sure. Okay. And maps are not that hard to come by. All right, so here's the local map.
Okay. I tell him, if I roll a 6 on this die, you give me the map for free. If I roll anything else, I get whatever I find up until I reach at least 50 gold is yours.
Fuck. Wait, come again?
As he's doing this, I slowly lead Thrysus outside, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, look! Did you notice that cloud looks like a bunny?"
No, I tell him that if I roll a 6 on the die that I've got, then he gives me the map for free. But if I roll anything else, that the next few items that I get, that up until I reach the value of 50 gold is his for free.
Okay. All right then. So, all right. I want you to roll me a d20 real quick.
Why is our sorcerer a rogue?
I'm not a rogue.
That's why I asked why the sorcerer was a rogue.
6.
Okay. If it would have been a 1, it would have rolled. It would not have worked. But you rolled a 6. Boom. Lands with a heavy thud on 6. Aye. Well, seems like luck is in your favor, my boy. And he pushes over the map.
I yell from outside, check the die!
I
Oh,
quickly.
that one looks like a dragon.
Just so you know, okay, so on this map, every hex is 1 mile.
Okay.
So there's Thunder Tree right there. That's the town you were talking about, where they said they what's it called?
There's the druid. There's the druid.
lived.
Okay. Okay. I grab my die and the map and walk out the store. Yeah, I just walk out the store. Say thank you for the
Actually,
map.
5 miles. Of course, no problem. You do so.
Okay. I go out and like, look, I got the map. Who wants to mark where the cave's at? Because I don't remember.
Roll. Anyone who wants to try marking it, roll a survival check. And if anyone wants to assist them, you can do so with advantage.
That's a
I'll
15.
assist.
15? You go over to the map, and I'm not going to actually mark it because it's weird. But you go over to the map, and you mark what you feel is a pretty decent area of where the thing is. You'll just have to see in the future if you did right.
Fingers crossed.
All right. So here's a question to y'all. We're reaching about like 10:30ish, so we've been playing for about 2 hours and a half. I can still go if you all want. However, if you want, the question is, do you want to brave the manor with or without Farrell?
I think since we've gotten to a good point, we should probably wait for him, especially because Daniel's doing his old man nodding over here.
Okay.
It's 11:14 here.
It is 11:14 where you guys are at. So you all decide to go back to the Stonehill Inn with your current plan to get some sort of food for the beast to barter.
Oh,
And
that reminds me. Do we find the body in the street still?
no, they are gone.
Okay.
But you do head back to the inn with the plan to bring some food for the beast to barter with. And
How about this? I'll go ahead and ask the barkeep if he has any just full pigs.
an easy thing to ask. He's like, yeah, of course. An entire pig. Would you like it cooked or?
Nah, it's fine raw.
I'd be willing to part with it for a gold piece.
I give him a gold piece and a very happy smile.
He takes it and gives you one back. So yeah, now you can add to your thing full dead pig.
Yay.
All right, so you all go in. You take a long rest. So the next day comes, your HP is back, your health spell slots are back, and you awake the next day, plan in mind, ready to go into action. So this is where we'll stop for tonight.
So do we go ahead and get back all of our hit points then, since we take
Yeah, all your hit points, all your spells, all your abilities that you expended all come back after the end of a long rest. I'll go ahead and say decent role play, a lot of fun. Y'all can go ahead and even yourself out to 400 XP.
Ah, shucks.
Yay. And Hart, to answer your question about why the sorcerer's acting like a rogue, it's because I enjoy the what's it called? The delights of the world a little too much. That include drinking, gambling, and money.
Character flaws. Playing with them. Role playing, it's a thing. So, this is where we will end for tonight. I hope you guys had fun.
Mm-hmm. And when I get the video posted on YouTube, I'll send you guys the link so you guys can watch it and listen to it in case you missed something.
All right. Anyway, yeah, that's it for tonight. We will, hopefully, so either one of two things. We can either play next Sunday, if everyone can make it, or we will play in 2 weeks, Tuesday after next.
I can do.
Is that this Sunday or next Sunday?
Well, I guess it's this Sunday, technically, the 26th.
I was gonna say.
That's when you'll be off.
Correct.
Well, that and on the 2nd, don't forget if you guys can make it, I would be more than happy to host you guys here at the house. I have quite a few people already that have said they're gonna come.
What time is that?
Honestly, anytime around 7. It should not be too long. It's going to be, I'd say, no more than 3 hours.
I should be able to make it.
So yeah. So, and I mean, if anybody needs to stay the night, you are welcome to. It doesn't matter. So we'd love to have you though, because it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm really, really excited about it. So
Yeah, I should be able to make it. I'm gonna talk to my wife, see if she wants to go.
well, tell her it's Disney themed. So I mean, there are gonna be other girls there. I've got some people from work coming. I've actually got 2 of my clients that are gonna be coming. So
I mean, if I'm invited, I can make it.
yes, everyone's invited.
Oh,
But unless
go ahead, bud.
I'm just saying, like, unless anything happens between now and then, I should be able to make it.
Yeah, this Sunday I should be able to be around. It just won't be until a little bit later because it's every other Sunday I basically do a family dinner. So, but this Sunday I should be able to make. In other news, I am considering buying a 3D printer to start selling minis.
Oh, yes.
Dice and other stuff.
Bless you.
So when I get it, it'll probably be around tax return time. If I get it and you want a mini printed, if you go to Hero Forge, completely customize your mini and send me the file, I will print it for $5 as opposed to what they'll charge you.
That'd be sick.
So we're gonna be best friends.
It's okay. I've already one of my best friends, and he lives in Mississippi. We've been talking about this idea, and he's already like, dude, the second you get it, I'm having you print every single fucking Power Ranger and painting it for me so I can give it to my son. I was like, oh, okay. So, but yeah.
Hey man, if you get the money for it, it's good money.
Yeah. And I'm looking at a pretty pricey one. So, but yep.
All right. Well, my